Our next inductee is His Royal Highness Prince Gharios, somebody who I know very closely for a number of years. His Royal Highness Prince Gharios is a sovereign prince of the dynasty of Ghassan. He's a writer, a scholar, humanitarian, artist, and also a Grand Master of the martial arts. He's internationally recognized as the heir to the Ghassanid Dynasty, a descendant of the heir to the Christian Arab kings, Byzantine Empires, and so many other dynasties. It's the oldest knights of chivalry in creation. The family history has been validated for centuries by the Maronite Church under the Holy See, the Vatican, and the authority of the Pope. For 30 years, the prince has been a martial arts practitioner, holding the 5th degree black belt in Aikido, and was just recently promoted to 8th Dan by the Japanese Budo Association, and also holds black belts in Karate, Kobudo, ancient Japanese weapons, and he has also practiced Judo, Kung Fu, Jiu-jitsu, fencing, and Silat. In 2014, he received the United States Special Congressional Recognition Honors and was invested as a Knight of the Pope, the Vatican, in the Equestrian Order of the Holy Scepter of Jerusalem. So many awards from so many world humanitarian organizations, too many to even count. In 2019, he was promoted to Knight Commander in the Papal Chivalric Order of the Holy Scepter of Jerusalem. And in 2020, he was inducted into the Martial Arts Hall of Honors. In 2021, receiving the Action on Phil Icon Award. The prince is fluent in 4 languages: English, Portuguese, Spanish, and Italian, and also speaks basic Japanese, French, and Arabic. But really, the most important thing about the prince is his humanitarian efforts. This is somebody who has dedicated his life to humanitarian pursuits and is very modest for somebody. When you would meet him, or when I met him for the first time, he walks in such a regal way. Something's different about this guy. But his manner and the way that he treats people in the modest and kind fashion, he treats everyone like a prince, like himself. And so that is what really always impressed me about him. And then we got to play a little martial arts. He almost broke me in half. So yes, he's a real deal. The prince. Oh, there you go. Turn around there. Okay. Thank you.
My brother, Mr. President of the International Sports Hall of Fame, Dr. Sir Robert Goldman, Mr. Vice President Sir Fairfax Huckley, fellow inductees, ladies and gentlemen. By looking at me up here, you might ask yourselves, why is he here amongst all these champions? Who is this guy? I will explain. The International Sports Hall of Fame is celebrating its 10th anniversary, and since we are living in the era of the politically correct, I got here through a sort of affirmative action for nerds. Yes, someone told the commission, I heard, that once every 10 years, you should have at least one nerd or someone out of shape. So gladly, I checked both boxes. Now seriously, it's very interesting that this former little boy, still little chubby, is graduating at the world sports elite today. When I first started in martial arts at 4 years old, everything was 10 times more difficult for me than for the other kids. You have no idea what it is to grow up in Brazil and be terrible at playing soccer. You become a social pariah. But there's a very important lesson to be learned, and I believe that's the great magic of sports, which is to transform and to discipline together and to draw something positive from any dispute. And the message is, if I did it, anyone can do it. I was bullied as a kid. I was unpopular due to my lack of sports skills. I was laughed at because of my inability. And today, I want to thank every single person that laughed at me, because thanks to them, I'm here today. I'd like to say that I was very honored to receive a mission to lead an 18 centuries-old dynasty and look for a people currently in extreme danger, the Christians in the Middle East. That has been my blood right duty since 2008. I always say that I really believe that a title is completely useless in the 21st century, unless you can make it relevant by serving your people, because that's what real royalty is all about, not glamour, but service. And maybe that service is the main reason I'm here today. During this time, we've been helping hundreds of families in Lebanon, Syria, Jordan, Palestine, Iraq, and Egypt, both Christians and Muslims. Today, we have an ongoing campaign in Lebanon right now, donating 60 tons of special milk for babies with nutritional problems, worth over $500,000. I'm so proud of my team in Lebanon, led by my cousin, His Royal Highness Prince Sheiks Chemor, and by Mr. Antoine Kalajian, the CEO of the One Voice Foundation, which is an arm of the Royal House of Ghassan. I cannot forget to thank the martial arts that are not only a sport to me, but a way of life. I thank all of my masters that made me who I am today. Many people don't understand the original concept of the martial arts, which is self-improvement. The fighting is a byproduct. To forge a good person is the ultimate goal, and you can see by all these people here. Dr. Goldman, my brother, Fairfax, thank you for this great recognition. Thank you, my fiancée, Kristen, and my friends that came here to support me. I would also like to thank my fellow inductees, past and present. I'm very honored to have some of the past inductees here. It's a great privilege to be part of this list with you. Finally, even not being worthy of this award, I'm taking it before I change your mind. Thank you so much.
We got so excited.